A lot of times you're looking for that one player that will boost you up that nobody really has. And this is what I'm doing with this video. On FBL, a lot of times people own the same players like Trent, Haaland, but there are some players that nobody really owns that can go a long way and it could make it feel a lot more fun for you. If you own some of these players, it might make you boost up the ranks because not a lot of people own them. Barely anybody owns them. So here are 5 players, here are 5 secret differentials that could boost up your overall this upcoming season. So my first player is Juma, a guy who's owned 0.4% on this app, and it is kind of crazy because this guy, he's coming into every team which, listen, Calvert-Lewin's always injured. He will have a lot of opportunity. It won't be like last season with Tottenham where he had no opportunity. This season he's gonna have a lot of opportunity, and he has proven himself as a great striker in the past, especially for Villarreal. He has been unbelievable for them, and he's the reason why they went to the semifinals a few years ago in the Champions League. So he's an unbelievable player, a guy who I've watched, week in, week out in for Villarreal. His play style is very, very aggressive in terms of him trying to score. Like he's always trying to get involved. He's a guy who I could see him scoring 9 to 10 goals this season. And for a guy who's 5.5, I don't think you're gonna find any 5.5 options that are any better, in my opinion. Maybe Andres Pereira, he looks good. Last season he was 4.5 and he helped me a lot during the season. But a guy like Juma, in my opinion, I think he's gonna start as a striker for Everton. We don't know that yet, but Calvert-Lewin, as I said, he's always injured. And at left wing, McNeil is going to play, so you can guarantee that Juma is gonna get some real minutes in there. And if you're struggling, with funds during the season, Juma is gonna be perfect there, and he's always gonna, come on. He's at least gonna come on and at least gonna be an attacking threat. The second player I've got my eye on is Colwell. And listen, this guy, although he might not be an exciting option to watch because he's just the center back, he doesn't really attack. He's not a fullback. He's just center back. But it's a great way to get into that Chelsea, defense, in my opinion. And although Chelsea didn't have a good season last season, this season I feel like it'll be different under Pochettino. It'll be a lot different under Pochettino, and we'll see a different Chelsea, in my opinion. And listen, in the end day, Colwell plays guaranteed. I don't know that for sure. But with guys like Fofana out with injury, Badger Shield doesn't seem like he's really cemented that place as his own. Who else has that spot? It's Thiago Silva and Colwell. So those 2 guys, I think they will start. And it's perfect to get in that Chelsea defense, as I said, for 4.5. Only 2% own them. It's actually a very good way to get into that Chelsea defense. So this is another recommendation. I think Colwell, he's a very good defensive player. He's a very good defender, as I said. It's just a matter if Chelsea can get those clean sheets. And listen, but their fixtures are very, very nice. Up until game week 9 or 8, their fixtures are amazing. So it depends on what Chelsea do. Is Chelsea secure defensively? This Colwell could be a wait and see. He might not even get game time, so we don't know. This one's a risk, but for me, I think he's gonna be a big piece for Chelsea this upcoming season, especially with the Fofana injury. And I don't think they're gonna get any other center backs. So Colwell is one to look out for. With Tony suspended, a lot of guys are looking at Mbeumo as a viable option for the team, which honestly I don't mind. Mbeumo is a very, very good player, but for me the better option is clearly Wissa. And Wissa, he is, even in preseason right now, I think he scored like 2 goals so far in preseason in 2 games. He has been very impressive for me, and I think he's going to be the main guy to look for, because even a season ago, he comes up with clutch goals. You won't even need to worry, playing him against big teams, because this guy scores against big teams. The first season Brentford came up, he was a great super sub. He would come on in big games and score, especially that Liverpool game. So for me, now he's going to be the first option. He's going to be a starter. He's going to have a lot of chances. I think he's going to start without a doubt. Him and Mbeumo on, those 2 up top. But for me, what makes Wissa a better option is that, it's 5.5. To me, this year, the striker options, the forward options haven't been great. You got Haaland, you got Jesus, you got Nkunku. But other than that, I don't really look at anybody else too keenly. I don't look at anybody else. So you can run a 3-striker formation with Wissa, Nkunku, and Haaland maybe. But Wissa for 5.5, to me, it's a steal. And to me, it's one that I'm probably going to put on my team because, listen, he's a great goal scorer. He's in the box. He can get assists. He's a very flexible player. He's very good. And then he's a very, very good player. I think he can replace Tony successfully. It's just a matter of the fact, is Brentford going to play good? Are they going to be as good as last season? That's the only concern I have. But the first game against Spurs, it might be hard. But Spurs, this is a new coach. They might leak goals. But other than that, the Brentford fixtures aren't that bad. So this is a good option. And only like 3-4% own him. So to me, Weiss is a very good option. My fourth option is Kenedy. This guy, he's an amazing right back. Last season we saw, listen, I know it has nothing to do with FBL, but he locked up Matoma, and he is an unbelievable right back in my opinion. The only problem is Fulham, they might leak goals. But if you're looking for maybe a 4.5 defender that not a lot of people have, only 0.5 people have it, Tite is a very good option. And to me, he can get you goals, he can get you assists. Last season, he had 5 assists and also just 1 goal, but attackingly, he's great. He's very, very good. And him and Willian on the right side, they're amazing. I think, listen, Fulham, the only problem right now is Mitrovic. He looks like he's gone. So it depends who they replace as a striker. Because I don't think Vinicius is good enough as a striker to place. And then this option doesn't become good anymore. But Tite going up, crossing it in for Mitrovic was very successful last year. They got a lot of chances off of that. So it's just a matter of fact, you have to see what Fulham do with the striker option. But yeah, I mean, this option it might not be as good. But to me, Tite is a very good player. And he can come up with a lot of assists next season. So if you're looking for a guy who literally nobody has, this is a good option. Now my last option is probably the most known guy on this list is Harvey Barnes. And it's a guy who's been an FBL favorite over the years. A lot of people have had Harvey Barnes in the team. But just for this year, he's so far 1% owned. That might go up because this transfer just got announced like a few days ago. So he might go up. But Harvey Barnes, 6.5, a very, very good option. To me, he's going to be the left wing next season. I don't see anybody else taking that spot. And he's a guy who's, for a lesser team, he looked amazing. So, listen, I think he could be a very good option. Listen, if you don't have enough funds, I know Matoma and Mbeumo are better, but Barnes not a lot of people have. So, that's a very good option. Yeah, that's it. I mean, let me know some of the differentials you guys are thinking about and who maybe nobody has. These are some guys who I think are exciting to watch. They're young, and they're going to provide points, in my opinion. Some of them. I think Juma's going to be successful. I think Tete might be successful, but listen, it's very hard. FPL is a hard game to predict. We didn't see Matoma coming out of nowhere, so a lot of guys just come out of nowhere and burst the scene. So maybe some of these promoter teams, if you guys know anything about these promoter teams, let me know if there's any good options. But yeah, that's about it. Let me know if you guys like this FPL content, and if you want more, let me know. But anyway, thank you and subscribe and like. See you.